Hello, namaste and welcome in the series of cybersecurity. This side is Meena and today I will discuss about what are the components of a crypto. In the field of cybersecurity, crypto system is very important and it just plays very important role in uh, cybersecurity. Even not in today's world, people who wanted to share the information that should be in the right hands or they want to hide it from the unauthorized person, then definitely they started to use crypto systems 2 years, so many years back. Okay, in the history even we can find so many examples of crypto system, but in the digital era we are using the crypto system in a different ways. Okay, and what are the main components in today's session I'm just going to talk about. So let's start today's session. Mainly the component of crypto system is, we can say here, the message we want to share. Okay, for example, this side is the sender who will send the message and here is the receiver. They want to make a communication which during that communication they will share the information which is very valuable, or they want to share with only the receiver. Okay, and they want to take care of that thing. Yes, this message whatever they are just going to share, it should not be in some evil hands, or that message if anybody will get it, they will not able to understand it. Okay, so what are the main components of it just to achieving that particular purpose? Whatever the message we are having, that is the plain text. Okay, and the algorithm which will change it in a different methods, whether they just changing the sequence of the text which is plain text, or whether they are using a methods to replace with some other code, some other numbers. Okay, so this is the algorithm exist here. Clear? And the key is very important. It can be symmetric key, means the key we will use to encrypt with the help of encryption algorithm. That key will be in symmetric key or the asymmetric. Okay. Symmetric key means whatever the key we will use to encrypt the data, the same key we need on the receiver side to decrypt it, to convert into the plain text. Okay, and asymmetric key means it is having in the pair of the key, that can be public key and the private key. Okay, so for example, the sender will use its private key to encrypt the data, and the sender will also share the public key. Okay, and that public key the receiver will use to decrypt it. So that's in the pair, in the combination. Clear? So in today session I will also show you the example so that you would be able to understand how these components work together. Clear? One of that is the hash algorithm we will use. The main things of or main motive behind the hash is that when we are sharing the information, we want to be ensure that that information didn't change during the transmission. Okay, and that we can achieve with the help of the hash. Hash is not will not provide the encryption, but it is for the comparison purpose. When the sender will send the information, they will calculate the hash of the message, and when the receiver will use the same algorithm, they will use to calculate the hash value, and if the sender's hash value, they will comparison with the receiver hash value. Okay, and if both are same, that means the transmission, during the transmission the information was intact, nobody changed it. Not even if a single word, single character we will change, even we will even include a dot or remove a dot, hash value will be different, and it is irreversible. It is just one way. We cannot convert from the hash value to the plain text. Okay, so for the comparison we will use the hash. So in today's session I will discuss about all these things. On the website encoding-decoding.com, I'm just using this this website to just show you the example. Here just you can see the encoding. This is the algorithm which will encode the data. Okay, and this is for the hash generation. It can be your MD5, SHA, Tiger, Whirlpool, other kind of hash algorithm. There are multiple hash algorithms are available. And for the encryption, I will just show you with the help of the key we can encrypt the data. There can be triple dash dash or AES or the other kind of encryption algorithm which we will use to encrypt our data. Okay, so let me just open the website. For example, here this is the website encodedecode.com. okay, and you can see here there are the string encoding, hash generation, and the string encryption. For example, just I am taking this text to for the example, and I have just opened these three services here, or three tools we can say. I just use base64 encoder. So when I will paste my text, this is a plain text, and I want to encode with the base64, and just click on the encode string and it will just generate this code. So this is means whatever the text we have entered here, now it is just totally different, making no sense. This is just a jumble words we can say. It is not making any sense. If anybody will get it, that's not making any sense. Okay, but here is the one missing information, that's for the encryption, means the key. Anyone if will use that and encode string and will use the same method, then they can also decode it. Okay, but in case of the encryption, we will use the secret key which will encrypt the data, and if we want to decrypt it, then we need to that particular key. Okay, and in the SHA example, here is the SHA1. I just use the algorithm, and for example I will use the same text to show you what will be the SHA1 value. So here I'll just generate the SHA, and you can see here this is the text it just generate. Means when the receiver will receive it, they will again run that same text message and will generate the SHA value, and if that are same, that means the total value whatever they sent during the transmission, that's intact, nothing changed. If for example, if I'll just make a change, for example just I delete a point, and if I'll generate the hash value, it's different, and it's not reversible. From hash value we cannot generate the plain text. Okay, so this is for the comparison of the comparison only. Okay, and in case of the encryption, for example I have used here advanced encryption, whether that's bit by bit you want to encrypt or the block by block. Okay, so there are the multiple methods you can select. Similarly in the hash algorithm, you can also use multiple methods to generate the generate the hash value, and here a similar way there are the multiple methods which you can use to decode your data. Okay, so we are here on the encryption side. For example, I'm using the same string to encrypt. Here is the secret key. Okay, for example I just use test parenthesis and this 897 underscore. Okay, so I just used that password to encrypt the data. okay, and for example I just okay. So this is the encrypted value I'm having, and if I want to decrypt it, then for example I will share that information to my friend, and I will also tell them, yes, this is the key I'm using, because here the symmetric key I'm using, that key that person need to decrypt it. Okay, so these are the main component of the crypto system, whether just we are using a method to change in the different uh, format or the different value of our text, or we are using the symmetric key or the asymmetric key to encrypt the data along with that algorithm which will change our string. Okay, so even you can test it by own on this website. Okay, so here just I just used all these example to show you. Okay, and you can follow me on the cybersecurity page and get the notification for the next interesting and informative session. Also share that session with your friends and group members so that they will be able to understand what are the main components of crypto system, and how they can perform the encryption, encoding and the hash by their own. Okay, and in the next session I will discuss about what are the indication of intrusion. If some kind of attack happens, then how just you come to know that somebody just entered on our network, on our system, what are the indicators. So see you in the next session. Namaste.